I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I've never won a USTA match in my life. Not even one. But don't tell anyone, okay? It's just a secret. Yeah, that's right. I have won matches and tournaments in other aspects, just not USTA, not the official beast. I have won matches in local leagues and other tournaments, but never a USTA one. So, boy, that granddaddy of them all, I gotta get it. So my next opportunity coming up was in Mesa, Arizona. And boy, let me tell you, this tournament was amazing. The venue was fantastic, the weather was perfect, but the stakes couldn't have been higher. You know, it was about time. I had to win a match, at least. So the pressure was on, but I was ready for the challenge. In case you're not familiar, I had shoulder surgery about 2 years ago now, and the rehab and recovery has been insane. So if you want to watch that journey, I made a video about it a little bit ago, so I'll go ahead and drop that link down in the description. With that said, even just playing in a USTA match again was a huge accomplishment. But it's about time I take it one step further. I gotta win a match. So that was my number one goal heading into this tournament, and then we'll see where it goes from there. You know, maybe I can end up winning the whole thing. That'd be pretty dope. So with that, welcome. My name is Evan with Matchpoint Co, and let's watch some tennis. Match number one was against a nice, middle-aged, polite guy named Bill. He had great sportsmanship, really nice guy. And then randomly, he would have this burst of a temper. So we'll get back to that. But anyway, the main thing that I was focused on in this match was that I just wanted to play my game. I wanted to stay loose, not get tight, not overthink things. You know, even if I was making a lot of mistakes, I just had to keep playing my game. But another important note was that I was also tweaking my forehand a little bit, where I was trying to add some wrist lag. So I wasn't completely comfortable with this new form. I probably reverted back to what I was more used to and comfortable with. But in any case, as long as I didn't let it get too much to my head, I was pretty confident that I was going to play well. Also, quick note about this tournament, it was weird. We played first to win 4 games in a set, so everything is magnified. If you get off to a strong start, then you can put a stranglehold on the match really quickly. And on the other end, if you're shaky in the beginning, then things can get out of hand really fast. With that said, let's dive into game 1. In the first game, we get into a really good rally, really good back and forth, and honestly, I'm feeling really good at this point. I'm happy because it's helping me to get loose really fast and feel really comfortable. And right away, I can definitely feel the heavy topspin coming from my forehand because of the tweak that I made by adding wrist lag. So immediately, the balls that I'm hitting is throwing Bill off. You can tell he's kind of thinking that they're gonna go out, but they just drop in and then explode off the court. So that gave me some easy points early, and honestly, that helped me calm my nerves down. Like, hey, look, I'm locked in and I'm doing good right from the jump. And to finish the game off, I hit a clean cross-court backhand with a ton of pace. Boom, perfect start, huge confidence builder for me. Things were looking good. Game 2, Bill hits a double fault to give the game away, so now I'm up a break, and now it's 2-0. And at this point I'm thinking, dang, like, this is going fast. Like, I'm gonna run away with this set. And you know, that's some good foreshadowing there, because things might not go as smoothly as I thought. Game 3. This is where the nerves start to sneak back in. A couple of simple mistakes and I'm already down love 30. Bill also is able to hit a really nice passing shot when I'm at the net, so shout out to him. That was a dope shot. But I worked really hard to fight my way back to get the score to 30-40 facing break point. And what do you know, I shank a forehand way out. And just like that, we're back on serve. So now it's 2-1 and Bill is serving. And that's the hard part about changing any mechanics in your form. It can really mess with you. And that's kind of what was happening to me. My forehand was going out a lot of times just because I was really trying to focus on adding wrist lag and swinging this new form that I wasn't 100% used to yet. But when I did get them in, they had a ton of spin and I was able to hit with a lot of power. So the trade-off in my mind was worth it. Moving on to game 4. I had so many chances in this game and I just threw them all away. So we get to deuce and I push Bill way off to one side. The court is wide open. I've got a forehand just calling my name to go down the line. And guess what? I hit it long. Then we're at deuce again. I get another look at my forehand, and I either hit it long or I just whiff it, whatever was up with that. I don't know what was going on here. I don't know if there was this pressure mounting because I was playing poorly and that I was just in a downward spiral, but yeah, it was a struggle in this game. So now it's advantage Bill. He's serving. I get another forehand chance. Let's make it back to deuce. But no, I hit it wide. But at least this time it didn't go long. So there's some improvement there. I just need to fix my aim a little bit. So anyway, that ties it up. We're at 2-2. So now we're back on my serve. And I'm thinking, okay, let's run away with this. My serve was cooking pretty good. So I'm thinking, let's have a really strong game here. But you know what? My serve had other plans because after 2 double faults, I'm down love 30. So I've dug myself a little bit of a hole here. But on the next point, I hit a powerful first serve in. He mishits it. So there we go. Got a point. 15-30. On the next point, I hit a great serve here, which he returns, and then we have a bit of a rally. I actually keep both my forehand and backhand in. That angle on that backhand was crazy. He gets it back. I move up to the net, force him to try to do too much with it, and he misses. So there we go. We're rolling. It's 30 all now, and I can feel the comeback brewing. At 30 all, I hit a deep forehand with heavy topspin right near the baseline. Too much for him to handle. So now 40-30 after being down love 30. But when one thing goes right, there's always something that goes wrong. So on the next point, of course, I double fault. So now it's deuce. At deuce, I hit another deep, heavy forehand, so that gives me the advantage. Next point, I hit a deep serve that helps me close it out. So there we go. Huge comeback in this game. Really proud of myself for pulling it together. And now I'm leading 3-2, only 1 game away from winning the set. And here's something that I started to notice. Every time that I hit a deep, heavy forehand, Bill looked like he was hoping that it would go long. And honestly, I don't blame him, because it did go long a lot of the time. So it just showed to me how important it was just get the ball in, and the rest will figure itself out. Simple enough, right? All right, moving on to game 6. Bill comes out hot, and he gets up 40 love fast. Honestly, at this point, I didn't really think I could make a comeback. Obviously, I'm going to try, but I'm kind of thinking like, okay, what am I going to do on my serve? How am I going to handle next game? But it all just happens with 1 point. That's all you really got to think about. 1 point at a time, and miracles can happen. So let's see what I can do. He gives me a couple of free points with some errors. So there we go. I'm starting the comeback. I also hit a really good deep backhand that forces another miss. No. And then all of a sudden, it's advantage me, and I have set point. And boy, let me tell you, you cannot believe what happens next. Bill double faults. And that's the break, that's the set. I feel for him though, because man, that's the worst way to go out on a set. A set point, losing it on a double fault. I can't really think of any worse way to do it. So I feel for him, but hey, I'll take the set, I'm not going to say no. I'll take it. So this was a huge confidence builder that showed that even when I wasn't playing well the entire time, I could fight back. I could get tight for a little bit, but as soon as I started trusting my shots again, I was able to play my style of tennis and find a way through it. Okay, moving on to set 2, game 1. I came out firing in this set. At 15 love, I nail a serve right down the tee to give me my first ace. Man, oh man, that felt amazing. I'm like, let's get a few more of those. I don't think I do for the rest of this match, but hey, I'll take it. That was awesome. The rest of the game goes by smoothly, and I end it with a serve out wide. So I'm up 1-0 in the second set. Moving on to game 2. Now this is the game where that sneaky little temper that I mentioned earlier, yeah, that makes its appearance in this game. It all happens in this one point where I'm pushed off the court to the left, so the entire right side of the court is wide open, and I can tell Bill really wants this. So he goes for the easy forehand. All he has to do is just get it in, but unfortunately, he sails it long. And the funniest thing for me is that I go and retrieve the ball for him, hit it back to him, and then immediately once he gets the ball, he just smacks it against the fence. I just thought it was funny how he's calm, and then boom. Just like that, anger pops out of nowhere. I was doing my best not to laugh, but we've all been there. I know how it feels. It's frustrating to see such an easy opportunity to make a shot to win a point, and you don't do it. So, no judgment from me here. I just thought it was a funny moment. I end up winning this game, so now it's 2-0 in the second set, and the end is looking very close. Game number 3. My serve is clicking now. I'm fully locked in, ladies and gentlemen. We have a good rally that I win, and it just feels like the momentum is completely on my side. I end up leading the game 40-15, and then on the next point I win it. So there we go. I'm up 3-0, one game away from winning my first ever USTA tennis match. Can I close it out in game 4? Well, no. I knew I just had to put things together, and I knew I had the shots and I was capable of doing it, but for whatever reason, I just couldn't close it out in this game. Mistakes are made. That's okay. I wasn't down on myself though. I'm like, okay, we're fine. I still have my serve and I'll be able to close it out then. So I drop game 4 with all the hope and optimism that I'm going to close things out in game 5. So with all that hope and optimism, let's see if I can close it out. The first point of game 5, I serve out wide. Off to a great start, 15-love. Second point, another strong serve, and then a beautiful forehand down the line. This felt amazing. I've always wanted to do like a serve +1 and end the rally, and there we go, I did it. I'm marking everything off my checklist in this game apparently. I got an ace, I've hit some winners. It was amazing. So I'm like, okay, 2 points away from winning the match, no problem. Am I right? Well, next point, I sail a forehand long. Okay, no biggie, it's 30-15, we're still good. Next point, double fault. So now it's 30-all. And at this point, I'm feeling like, okay, please don't do this. Like, I don't want to drop my serve. I just have to close it out here. I have all the momentum in the world, so I just gotta lock in and close it out. With those thoughts on my mind, next point, I'm able to hit a forehand down the line with enormous topspin. Thankfully, the ball lands in because every time I hit that shot, it was money. And there we go. I am 1 point away from winning the match. Can I close it out here? Well, I hit my first serve out. So here we go. The match is all riding on my second serve now. And what do you know? That's right. I nail a nasty kick serve down the tee, too much to handle for Bill, and I win the match. And let me tell you, fellas and lady fellas, this moment was awesome. This is everything that I've been working towards ever since I tore my labrum in my shoulder, had shoulder surgery, physical therapy, all of the crazy recovery and rehab that I had to go through to get to this moment. It was amazing, and it was all worth it. This match gave me all the confidence in the world that I was going to be able to compete and win my next match. So I was riding a high, and I couldn't wait to get into my next match and keep this up. So now let's move on to match number 2 against a guy named Skip. Skip was also a super nice guy, super fit too. Like, I want to be as fit as he is when I'm as old as he is. And Skip was also the definition of what we call a human backboard. This guy returned literally everything. He did have some mistakes here and there, but the majority of my shots, they were coming back almost every single time. So he played much differently than Bill because I had to earn every single point that I wanted to win. I had to lock in. And with that, let's dive in. Set number 1, game 1. The first game is close. There's a few really good rallies that we have here and there, and honestly, again, kind of like I did yesterday, I'm just trying to settle in and get loose and get comfortable with my shots. There is a little bit of a questionable moment at deuce on my second serve. I really thought that I hit this in, but Skip calls it out. I'm not going to argue this because it really could have gone either way. I even checked the camera footage here that I have, and of course the exact frame of the ball hitting the ground isn't caught on tape, so I really don't even know if it landed in. But either way, that kind of messed with me and got in my head because I'm like, oh, like I should have had that, like that was in. So that might have thrown me off on the next point. It's ad out, and I can already feel the pressure of needing to do more to win points. Like I said earlier, Skip got everything back, so I felt like I had to be more aggressive, go for more. And during this point of ad out, I go for a strong backhand winner to end the point, and I barely miss it long. So right out of the gate, I got broken on my serve. Not a great start, but I am learning quickly that Skip returns everything, so I have to be really on top of my game and hit things in order to have a chance against him. Either that, or I have to learn how to end points early, because I can't get into these long rallies with him, because he'll pretty much outlast me every single time. Game number 2. Skip is serving, and I'm trying to punch back immediately. I start the game strong with 2 really solid backhands. The first one puts Skip on the defensive, so it allows me to push up in the court. Then I nail a backhand approach shot with a ton of pace. Skip can't handle it, so I win the point. So there we go. I'm thinking, okay, that's the blueprint. Take time away, move forward, apply pressure, and that might give me a chance where he'll mess up. After the good start, though, I make a few silly errors, which I don't have room for those. But, you know, there we go, and suddenly I'm down 40 to 15. He double faults, so that gives me a little life at 40-30, and I get a really good chance at hitting an easy forehand. And I miss it. And I'm thinking again, like, these are the exact points that I can't miss against Skip. So now I'm down 2-0. Game 3. I'm serving again, and things just start to slip a bit here. First point, backhand straight into the net. Not a great start. Second point, we have a really solid rally. I'm actually hitting with a lot of confidence and pace, but again, Skip just hitting everything back like it's nothing. That's the hard thing with Skip. You can hit a really solid ball with a lot of pace. Doesn't matter, it's coming back. I go in, I hit a volley, but it's not good enough. Skip hits the perfect lob. Honestly, I have no idea how he pulled this off. And suddenly I'm down low 30. But seriously, hats off to Skip, that lob was insane. Next point, another solid rally. I'm swinging freely. But he outlasts me, and I end up sailing a forehand long. So now I'm down love 30 in a huge hole here. I don't really know how I'm going to be able to hold, especially with the way I'm playing and the mistakes I'm making. Love 40. Second serve, I finally hit a solid forehand, and Skip makes a rare mistake. I'll take it. 15-40. Okay, 1 point at a time. Next point, another second serve. Rally is okay until he pushes me out wide and try to just hit the ball back in, but I can't even get the ball over the net. And there we go. I got broken again. Down 2 breaks, 3-0. Horrible way to start out this set. And he's only 1 game away from winning the set because, again, we're in that same weird format of playing to 4 games. So I am not looking good at this point. Here's the weird thing about where I was mentally. Even though I'm down 3-0, I still feel like the set was right there. I didn't really feel like Skip was outplaying me. I was outplaying myself. I was my biggest op, basically. I was making way too many errors, and I felt like if I could just be more consistent, just lock in, you know, maybe play a little bit safer if I needed to, I could get back in this match. And right away, I get a good look. Skip ends up hitting a ball long, and then he double faults. Suddenly, I'm up 30 to love. And I'm thinking, all right, here's my chance. I get such a free shot on this forehand approach all the time in the world, and guess what? I miss it wide. It wasn't even like I overhit it this time, which is normally my problem. It's just one of those frustrating misses that I'm like, how did I miss that? Like, what was I even doing? But I keep fighting. I gotta stay in this. Next, we play a super long, important rally. I'm playing safer because I'm kind of losing faith in my backhand, and I end up at the net.
Beautiful, nice shot.
I hit a tough volley, and then again, he's trying to go for his infamous lob over my head. So I backpedal really fast and just crush an overhead into the open court for a winner. And even Skip goes, beautiful, nice shot. So that was awesome. And just like that, I have 2 break points. First break point, I hit the serve return right into the net. So yeah, squandered that one. That's gone. I'll never get it back. And now my second break point. Can I break Skip and get back into this match? We get into a bit of a rally here. I'm moving really well, and I end up nailing a forehand cross court with a ton of pace. He gets to it, but he can't handle it. And just like that, I got the break, and now it's 3-1. I'm feeling as confident as ever that I'm going to be able to make the full comeback. So can I do it? Well, it's my serve, so let's see if I can actually hold a serve for the first time in this match so far. First point. I hit a good serve here, so I'm up 15 love. Second point, another good serve puts me in a good spot, and honestly I don't even know what to do with the approach, so I just get the ball in and then Skip hits it out. So there we go, 30 love. I try to go for a forehand down the line, trying to go for a little bit too much there, and I missed long. Okay, we're all good, 30-15. On the next point, another good serve. Skip hits it right into the net, so 40-15. And during the next point, this is definitely the best that I played so far in this match. Really good serve, sets me up for the +1. I rip a super strong forehand cross-court winner to close out the game. That felt so amazing, and I was super proud of that shot. The fact that I was able to hit a really powerful shot and have the confidence in myself to hit that forehand with pace, that was everything that I needed. Now I'm only down 2-3, and I can feel the confidence coming back. First point, he hits a drop shot, and I can't get there. 15 love for Skip. Second point, I launched my backhand into another galaxy. Not sure what happened there. Next point, I have Skip at the net with a perfect passing opportunity, but I just dump my forehand right into the net. So now at this point, Skip has triple set point, and there's not really much I can do about it because I just gave away 3 points basically. In the next point, Skip's making me run. I go for too much, trying to be a little bit too greedy here, and I hit it long, and there we go. That's the set. So yeah, definitely not the start that I wanted. Obviously, nobody wants to start out by losing the set, but I still felt like I was in every rally. I felt like, okay, like just thinking mentally, like I'm in these rallies, I can control the pace of the match, and as long as I could just hit my shots in, I have a really good chance. You know, it's a big if, but I really felt like I did have a chance and that things could turn around if I played my best. All right, moving on to set 2. Game 1, I'm serving. During the first point, I get an absolute gift. Skip is basically handing me the point on a silver platter. I get a perfect overhead opportunity to just put the ball away, and I just blow it. I was not happy about that. I just dump it into the net. Like, I don't know what happened here. I definitely should have had this point. But hey, with tennis, you can't get caught up on your errors, so you just got to move on. Otherwise, I'll just throw the game away, and I definitely did not want to do that. So I shook it off, and then literally the very next point, I bounce back. I hit an amazing forehand winner, and just like that, my confidence is back, 15 all. And then I double fault, so now it's 15-30. And then on the next point, I hit a forehand long, 15-40. So now there's 2 break points, and I'm fighting again just to stay in my own serve. It's not looking good. On the next point, we play the longest rally of the match so far, and the quality of the shots are really good back and forth. Like, I'm hitting with confidence, I'm loose, I'm not tight. I'm feeling like I have the upper hand of the rally. But in the end, I miss a forehand long again. And that's kind of been how this match has been going so far. You know, we have good points back and forth, but yeah, a lot of the times it ends with me making an error. I mean, that's kind of a theme so far. So I'm definitely thinking about it and I'm aware of it. And I do start to change up my playstyle a little bit. So you'll see that. I mentioned a few things here and there. But yeah, it's definitely a bummer. I lose on my serve again, and I'm down in the second set, 0-1. Game 2. Skip is serving, and I start it horribly. First return into the net, another return into the net, and now it's 30-love for Skip. So now, like I mentioned, I switch it up. I stop trying to play with such heavy topspin and power on my forehand, and I started just kind of pushing Skip around a little bit, just making him hit more balls, making him run a little bit more, trying to change up the rhythm. And it works. I actually win this point. It's kind of funny. It's definitely not my normal game style, but hey, sometimes you just got to play to win, and that's what this was. So now it's 30-15. On the next point, I lose it on a bad approach. I was in the wrong position. Skip throws some backspin on his shot, and now I'm down 40-15. But when something bad happens, I tend to turn things around a little bit. In this next rally, I'm swinging freely again, hitting great quality forehands, feeling good the entire time, and I cap it off with an amazing cross-court forehand winner. And just look at Skip's reaction.
There it is again.
He laughs, and then he applauds me. It's really hard to get mad at him because it felt like he was honestly cheering for me the entire time. Like, he wanted me to win the match. He's just honestly a good dude. Even though I was frustrated playing him because he's like a backboard, I couldn't be mad. Skip still has game point at 40-30, but I'm right there, and I've got all the momentum in the world right now. On this next point, I hit a drop shot on the return. Skip runs up, and he dumps it into the net. So that was a lucky break for me, and now we get to deuce. And this deuce gets a little bit crazy here, so hang on to your seatbelts. I don't know if that's actually the saying. I hit a backhand out, so advantage Skip. Next point, I'm fighting. And I finish the point with an overhead winner.
Yes. Wow. Well done.
Back to deuce. And then I dump my forehand into the net. Advantage Skip. And then we have another crazy rally. He lobs me. I hit a crazy lob back. He doesn't put it away. And I finally rip a forehand down the line. That's too much for him. So we're in it again, baby. Back to deuce. At deuce, I hit a backhand that barely lands in.
Oh, good shot.
So now I've got break point. And what do I do on break point? Well, I hit a forehand out. Like, way out. So much for that. You know, that I don't really have a lot of these breakpoint opportunities, so it's not very helpful when I just hit it out like it's, oh, well, we'll get one of these again. Anyway, back to deuce. I get another good look at my forehand. It clips the net and goes wide, and then it's advantage Skip. I hit my forehand long, and that's the game. I didn't get another breakpoint opportunity. So, yeah, losing that game felt a little poetic because that's kind of the story of the match so far. I'm just right there, and then I mess up. And now I'm down 2-0 in the second set. Even though I just lost that last game, my confidence suddenly comes back out of nowhere. I start off with an amazing cross-court forehand winner. So yeah, we're rolling. 15 love. And something that I've learned throughout this match so far is that deep forehands don't bother Skip like the way they bothered Bill in my last match. Skip just absorbs it like he's Kirby or something and just spits it back out at me. Like, it doesn't even faze him. So on this next point, he returns a deep topspin forehand, no problem. And then he comes in and hits a little drop volley like it's nothing. I had no idea I had that in his bag. So that was a surprise for me. Next point, I hit another beautiful cross-court forehand winner. Now I've got 2 winners in this game, and I'm just swinging freely and loose. Again, the confidence was at an all-time high again. I love how it just fluctuates all the time. But hey, you know, buy the stock right now because it's going up. Next point, Skip puts one to the net and then hit another bad return. So I hold. So now it's 2-1 for Skip, but I genuinely feel like I have a real shot to come back. Next game, Skip is serving. He double faults to start. So there we go. Love 15 gave me a free point. I'll take it. Next point, I hit a return into the net. Not great. 15 all. And then on the next point, I hit a deep backhand. Followed by a solid forehand, and I win the point. So now I'm thinking, okay, this is my game. I'm winning 15-30. And then my backhand goes flying out. So now it's 30 all. On the next shot, I go for a backhand approach winner. And it goes just a little bit too wide. And I remember thinking, dang, if this lands, that could have changed this entire match. But no, it doesn't. And at this point, I can kind of understand what Skip is doing to me. He's forcing me to play more aggressively than I want to. And it's pretty much always in his favor because I'm pressing for winners and giving him errors. On this next point, he makes an insane recovery on a slice that I hit with a ton of side spin. And then after that, I miss my forehand long, and that's the game. Now Skip is up 3-1. Luckily though, it's my serve. Although my track record hasn't been very good in this match, I do feel confident in my serve for the most part. So I was happy that I was serving to stay in the match. I have a good second serve on the first point, which gives me the lead, 15 love. And then on the next point, I hit a forehand long. And I literally bend over in frustration. I know that I can't keep making errors like this, but they just keep happening. And I don't really know what to do at this point, obviously why I'm frustrated. So now it's 15 all. On the next point, Skip hits another drop shot. You know, I don't know what's going on, but he's doing this nowadays, and I can't get to it in time. So now it's 15-30. On the next point, I bring Skip up to the net with a forehand slice approach. And he hits it out, 30 all. And on the next point, he hits another short ball, bringing me up to the net. I get to it in time, but I dump it right into the net. So now it's 30-40, match point for Skip. I'm playing this point a little bit safe because obviously I'm scared that I'm going to hit a shot out. So I decide to bring Skip up to the net. Which ends up being my demise. Skip hits an insane drop shot winner with this huge angle that I had no chance of getting to. And there we go. That's the match. As I'm shaking Skip's hand and congratulating him on the match, he says something really nice. He tells me that he wishes that he had my forehand. And I'm thinking like, oh, did you see my forehand? Like, I hit so many shots out. Like, I mean, that's probably the reason why I lost this match. But I just say something like, oh yeah, I wish I was just more consistent because I did have some great winners and I felt really confident at times, but I just couldn't keep it up. And he just told me, it'll come with time. And that's true. I think I'm just right there. I have all the pieces. I was tweaking my forehand form a little bit in this match, so it wasn't completely familiar to me, but I see the path. I know how I can get better. I mean, obviously, it's just with more consistency, more practice, putting in the time. And if I can get in a place where I'm just confident in my forehand every time, where I can hit with pace and not have to worry about the balls going out, then yeah, I think I can win a lot more matches and tournaments. So overall, this tournament was super fun. I loved this venue. The weather was perfect. I definitely want to come back and play in this one again. So that's all I've got. I'm excited to keep practicing and get ready for my next tournament. I don't know when that is yet because it's winter and I don't really know how many tournaments are going on, but I'll keep an eye out. If you liked the video, leave a like and subscribe if you're new. That really helps me out a lot. And leave a comment. Let me know if you've ever played against a human backboard. What do you do? How do you beat them? Because I thought I was at the point where I'd be able to handle them, but obviously I was not. So going forward, I think the plan is to still try to win the point early, maybe come up to the net a little bit more, put pressure on them that way. Obviously not make as many errors as I did. That's definitely something that would help me. And with that, thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.